Oh, I beg of you, please start. Come on, yes. So sat here for 2 weeks and still starts first time. Mint.
I usually drop them with that. Assume you have it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm back and you guys are probably wondering what the fuck is going on. So I'm about to show you what's going on. Bear with me one sec. This is what the fuck is going on. Don't know how well you can hear that on camera, but in person it sounds fucked, terrible. So yeah, I'll turn this off because it's actually making me want to cry, and I will explain to you everything that's happened. That turbo sounds good. Jesus. And silence. Okay, so I have been away from YouTube for I think about 3 months now, and I have my reasons, which I'm going to explain everything in this video, and yeah, explain to you what is happening with the Silvia and the unit and everything like that. Let me just position this. Okay, so when I first bought the Silvia, I dailied it for I think about a month, and actually it was a relatively easy car to daily. It wasn't too difficult. I always had like a little bit where I was worried when I was parking it and things like that, but I was never worried about you know, using the car too much or anything like that. I didn't want to put miles and miles on it, so I kind of kept my driving to a minimum, but I loved it so much that I was more than happy to daily it. Okay, so coming up to edition 38, didn't want to take my Silvia because frankly I didn't want any of the pricks that follow me on Instagram to damage it for any reason. That was literally my main reason. The side of it that I didn't want to drive it 500 miles, come into a little bit, but it was literally just that I did not want it to get damaged. I just had nightmares of thinking I'm going to wander away from camp and I'm going to come back and someone's throwing paint stripper over it. I actually ended up getting a daily kind of just out of luck really. So a girl called Izzy who follows me on Instagram, she messaged me and said that her boyfriend's E46 had died in Marsh Barton. They couldn't be able to fix it. They didn't want to put any more money into it, so I could have the car. I was like, great. Took the car. All it needed was a diff, which cost me 40 quid. We stuck the diff in over 2 nights and voila, amazing car. Sorted. So I took that to Edition and left Silvia in the unit. When I bought the BMW back from Edition, we decided that it was going to be Elliot's daily, so he could put his car in the unit because he didn't want to drive his Silvia over winter, which was fine, fair enough. So I then gave the BMW to Elliot. I then took my Silvia back out of the unit and I continued to daily it. So after about a week of dailying the Silvia, I decided that I no longer wanted to do it. I just wanted to keep the mileage low on the car. I wanted to keep the car clean. I didn't want to drive it when it was pouring rain outside. I decided that I was going to buy another daily. I wanted a BMW E46 because I loved Elliot so much. I wanted the 320D, which is what his is. His was really nice. It was the M Sport, full levers, cruise control, everything like that, and that was what I wanted. So we set out on a hunt to try and find one, and I was still obviously dailying the Silvia. I changed my jobs, so I was working a little bit further from home, which wasn't too much of an issue, but it was just getting too much just driving it. I was getting too conscious of leaving it in work's car park and everything like that. So I took the Silvia to work one day. I went into my car, I was just plugging my phone in, putting my music on, sorting everything out, and I started to hear this ticking sound, which didn't really sound normal. It was something that I hadn't heard before on the car, so it sort of worried me a little bit. I took a video of it, sent it to Elliot, and he said, oh, that doesn't sound good, take it home, turn it off, don't turn it on until I get back. So I took it home, didn't listen to his advice, sat there and listened to it, played around with it, and had a couple of friends come out to look at the car. Each one of them said, it's bottom end, 100% bottom end. So I was kind of a little bit like, right, okay, didn't really need this right now. Not too bothered because I'm gonna get a daily anyway. You know, I'm in a position where I can fix it. I can afford to fix it. I ended up buying a daily. So in the end, I ended up getting an E46 Touring 330D, which I'll show you in a minute. That's just outside. Lovely car, literally all of the extras on it. It was going really, really well until somebody crashed into the front of it whilst I was at work. But hey ho, these things happen. So yeah, the Silvia has literally been sat on my driveway for about 2 weeks. I was getting sick of looking at it and knowing that I couldn't drive it, obviously. And it was getting really difficult to watch, you know, the rain and everything go on it, and it just sit there and rot, basically. So I've come up today. Elliot's sort of stepbrother helped me move it up here. I guess you're gonna kind of be wondering what it is that I'm actually going to do with it. Am I going to fix it? Am I going to sell it? When I first realised that it was broken, it was going to cost me a considerable amount of money to fix it. I was a little bit sad, I was a little bit disheartened that the car hadn't lasted that long, although to be honest, I knew that I was going to have to get it forged and I was going to have to put some money into the engine to get it being safe. So I wasn't at all surprised when it went. And as upset as I was about it that I couldn't drive it, I wasn't really mad, to be honest. Yeah, I was fine with it. Originally, I was just going to fix it. I was just going to spend, I think they quoted me like $1,000 to fix it, bottom end, you know, get it all sorted. It wasn't going to be too expensive. But then I thought, why would I do that? Because it's just going to happen again. So Rob, so the owner of this lovely Clio, and also the owner of the R33 that is also in this unit most of the time, he put me in touch with a lovely guy called Connor. Now, Connor is kind of a specialist on old Japanese cars, basically. He, from what I've seen, is probably one of the best. He knows exactly what he's doing and he's amazing at what he does. So immediately I had a lot of trust in him, knowing that he's built Rob's R33. Yeah, I had a lot of trust in him. So Rob put me in touch with him. He came down, had a look at the car, again confirmed that it was more than likely bottom end, and that he could fix it for me, and it wouldn't be too expensive. But yeah, again, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to just bring it back to how it was? So I wanted to do something cooler. So Connor gave me a couple of options. He said I could either just spend the money to fix it, I could spend a little bit more money and I could forge it and take it safely to 350 brake. I could spend a little bit more money and take it to 400, or I could go the whole hog and I could take it over 500 brake and it be an absolute mental car. But to be honest, I wanted to do something cooler than that. So I am with a lot of decision. I've put a lot of thought into this, of, you know, thinking, do I want to spend this amount of money on this car? And the answer is yes, I do. I'm going to be putting a different engine in it. Well, I say I'm personally not going to be. Obviously, I'm going to go down and try and help Connor as much as I can. I want to be as involved as I can within, you know, building the car and everything, but something as mental as what I'm going to do with it is completely out of my level of expertise. I just wouldn't have a clue of where to start. So I'm not exactly going to say what engine it's going to be put in. I would like you guys to guess underneath. Yeah, see if you can guess what I'm going to be putting in it. I did have one engine in mind to begin with, and then after I spoke to Connor about it, he said it's probably not the best engine to put in it. It's going to be too front end heavy. From that, you guys will probably understand, you'll probably know what engine I'm talking about. He said it's going to change the whole complete feel of the car and you won't like it. He said, I've put too many of these engines in these cars for people to come back and say, I hate it, I want to sell the car. Yeah, if you guys want to take a guess at what it is, please do, because I'll be interested to see what you think that I would put in it. But yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy, really. Apart from the engine, which is obviously what I'm going to be focusing on at the moment because I need to get it running before anything, well, after that it's going to be wrap. So I'm going to be taking it into Vanguard. So Vanguard will be having it once the engine and everything is sorted. Vanguard will be having it and they will be doing a crazy wrap. Honestly, you guys are going to hate it. Literally, you're going to hate it. The kit is going, the complete kit is going. So bumper, side skirts, rear bumper, all for sale. If anybody wants to buy it, hit me up. And don't know what I'm going to do about the wheels. I think I'm going to have to change the wheels because those wheels in that bronzy gold colour, they are just not going to go with the wrap at all. So before I bring it properly back out, I'm going to have to, yeah, I'm going to have to change those. It is, I don't know what it is. It's the start of October at the moment. And the Silvia is going to be going into Connor at the end of November. So hopefully, I'm hoping that the whole engine swap and everything should be done by, I want to say like early February. I don't know how long it's going to take him to do it, but that's what I'm sort of hoping. Okay, so the juicy bit. I'm going to explain why I took such a break from YouTube, and those who followed me on Instagram would have seen that I also took a break from all social medias together. And yeah, I'm going to clear that up now. I'm going to explain it because I'm still getting messages about it now, and do you know what, to be honest, I cannot be bothered to deal with it anymore. So I'm going to say it here, that's the last I'm going to say of it, and yeah, we're going to put it to bed now. Before Edition 38, a lot of you probably would have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen how much backlash I was getting for my life choices. Basically, for me being who I am, I was getting a lot of shit for it. So there was a lot of memes made about me, there was a lot of nasty messages sent to my inbox, death threats and random shit like that. It got pretty bad, to the point where I literally took like this much of a dip in my mental health. It was absolutely brutal. I tried to not let it bother me, to be honest. I tried to just sort of stay away from seeing those kind of things. You know, anybody who sent anything to me, anybody who joined in on the pages that were made and sort of based around me, I tried to just block them out. Like literally, you know, blocked them. I tried to stay away from it, but it got to the point where it was coming in so thick and fast that you couldn't really keep up with it. I don't know how many of you will sort of be able to relate to this in a way that, you know, you would have had that kind of volume of hate, but it really does take a toll. As much as you try to block it out and to stay away from it, it really does take a toll on you. No, like, I've always put up with nasty comments. I mean, all you got to do is go down my YouTube videos, and as many nice comments as there are, there's the nasty ones as well, like the really horrible ones. So if you want to take some time to go back over my videos and have a look at some of the comments, you'll see some of them yourself. But yeah, it wasn't really sort of YouTube. I don't really mind about the nasty comments because it's YouTube. You know, nobody has a face on there. Everybody's anonymous. So it doesn't really bother me. You know, like, they're random people that have no idea who I am. They come across my videos and they want to be nasty. But it being on Instagram, it is slightly different. It being in person is also slightly different. So yeah, this was going on. I was dealing with it. I was trying to stay away from it as much as I could. Then Edition 38 comes around, and I'm not going to go into what happened there because I'm sure most of you would have seen it really. There's been a lot of rumours that have been made up, that people have said that I've made up, that I've sort of like, that I've just kind of blown everything out of proportion. But I think it's very difficult for people to see what happened from my point of view. And that's all that I'm going to say on that matter, because I don't want to give the perpetrators any kind of attention for what they did, because, you know, they got enough lad points or whatever it was for it. So I ain't giving them any more. So anyway, after all of that happened, after Edition 38, everything at Edition, I kind of let it lie, really. I was fine. I was a bit upset, but I was fine, you know. I had my friends, you know, the real ones, and I was fine with that. So you get home from Edition 38, and obviously everybody's back on these pages, and they're talking about what happened at Edition 38, and this is how they got out of hand. So yeah, everybody kind of blew everything out of proportion. People were making up that I was saying things when I wasn't. But, you know, it just got to the point where there was just so much stuff being thrown at me that I just could not take it anymore. So at that point, I decided that I was going to take myself off all social medias. This was where I decided, like, fuck it, you know, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. Frankly, I can't be asked. Who am I making videos for? You know, as much as I make them for myself, for, you know, to track across my life, for me to look back on one day, you know, I'm also making them for you guys. I'm also making them because some people are interested in my life. Don't know why, but, you know, some of you are. So I just kind of thought, you know, who the fuck am I making them for? If everybody's just gonna everybody that I was friends with, or everybody that I had kind of respect for, is going to jump straight on the hate train because it's going to gain them a little bit of popularity. Can't be asked. So that was why I took such a break. It was very difficult for me to stay off Instagram because Instagram is my money maker. It's my living. So I kind of had to go back on there. You can't put your opinions, you can't put your private life on there because people have always got something to say, and that's the internet. That's fine. If you're going to be on the internet, you've got to accept these things. And I did accept everything that happened. You know, I'm still getting shit through now. I don't expect it to stop anytime soon. You know, you're a girl in the car scene that gets a lot of attention, and, you know, it's always the guys, and it's also the girls that they just don't like it, and that's fine. You know, not everybody has to like me. I don't ask everyone to like me. But yeah, my only thing that I'm going to say else on this is that if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. It really is so much easier to say nothing than to write out a nasty comment. I'll go out and show you the BMW now. Actually, I'll go and show you the BMW. Okay, so this is the daily. As you can see, stupidly impractical to actually be a daily. But yeah, actually a pretty cool motor. So this is where someone hit me. As you can see, it's bent the bonnet up. But yeah, I'm gonna get that sorted. It snapped the plates as well, but you know, it's fine, these things happen. So as you can see, again, completely impractical to be a daily, but comfy as fuck. So we've got the electric seats. Heated. It is an auto, but that's also nice for a daily. Actually, I kind of got sick of driving manual, so yeah, that's kind of it really. I mean, the only other thing to show you is the boot space, I guess. Mint. So there's a couple of things that I want to do to it. I want to make it a little bit nicer, a little bit more kind of meat presentable, since the Silvia won't be out for a while. I mean, I know like meat and show season is over, but it's just nice to have a nice daily. Mint car actually for the money I paid for it. Kind of in love with it, and yeah. So that is the new daily. Elliot has got the E46 Coupe, which at some point I'll show you. But yeah, it's kind of, he's not really going to do anything to it because he's going to keep it strictly daily. There's a couple of bits I want to do to that. Obviously you saw that the front end had been hit, like I said, when I was at work. So I'm going to get that sorted. I want to make it presentable. You know, if I'm not going to be driving my fun car around all the time, I want to have a different kind of fun car to daily. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of work to that while the Silvia is away. So my next video will be me taking a trip down to see Connor at his unit, at his business, and he's going to be taking me out in a couple of cars of different engines that I sort of looked about putting in this. Although I sort of decided which engine I'm going for, it will be interesting to see whether it does change my mind actually going out in these different cars. So yeah, I will do a whole video on that, show you guys what we get up to and, you know, the crazy cars that we go in. So yeah, that will be coming in the next sort of 2 weeks or so. I'm going to try, and when I've been down there, I'm going to try and get it edited as quickly as I can and get it out for you, because I'm sure you guys will be interested, and it will kind of give away what engine I'm going for. And you know, I want to keep you guys updated with the build and how things are going, although I'm not going to be doing it completely myself. Like I said, I will be going down there, keeping an eye on the car, being kept up with what's going on, and I will keep you guys equally updated, because you guys obviously want to see what's going on as well. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here because I don't really have much else to say. As always, please make sure that you do check my links below. Follow my Instagram, obviously, keep up with everything, as I do post on Instagram a lot more than I post on YouTube, obviously. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And we're all Gucci. See you guys in the next one.